it might not be about how a person views themselves, but how a society views them, and how in kind of multiple ways a person can be oppressed or elevated through their race, their gender, their religion.
There's two sides to it. One is like what people identify you as, and the other is like what you identify yourself as. And like, yeah, I think a lot of conflict might arise when the two of them don't always like match in the same way.
That it's not your experience of racism, it's not your experience of feminism or all these things, it's a collective experience, and to not stand with everybody is to not stand for anyone at all.
Like the white feminist movement is not intersectional at all.
I kind of hope that NYU has done a better job of explaining this term and related things to the students. And I have not heard this word being used many times before at NYU yet, so I actually don't have a clear idea of that.
But for me, I think it's experiencing myself as like a multifaceted person and knowing that I'm not just Black woman, I'm not just from an immigrant family, you know, I'm not just bisexual, all of these things, and they all overlap and affect each other.
I think the like residence hall programs are pretty good at like showcasing like intersectionality and stuff, but at the same time, I can't help but feel like showing like Black artists to an audience of like white kids is kind of like fetishizing. I don't know. It kind of feels like you're reducing a person's existence down to this person is diverse. Look at this person so you can be cultured too, you know?
When I think of intersectionality, I actually immediately think of Kimberly Crenshaw, who coined the term, and I immediately think of this more, I guess, abstract and academic way of applying intersectionality as a way of analyzing dynamics and situations, as opposed to this more colloquial usage we see today, which is, a person can be intersectional, a person can't be, or, we want to have an intersectional space. Those usages, to me, are not the most helpful.
I don't actually know what that means exactly, but I'm going to make a very crude guess, and I might totally butcher this, but I think it's how we experience different aspects such as gender and sexual identity and your race and your socioeconomic background, how it all weaves into your experience.
Well, I think a movement has to be intersectional for it to get its goals or its mission accomplished. If not, then I think it loses power within what they're doing. But yeah, I don't think it's as prevalent as it could be at NYU, intersectionality.
I don't feel like there's like enough diversity at NYU, or at least in the spaces that I've been in, for there to be like a lot of serious conversations on how our different identities intersect. Like I haven't seen a lot of like conversations about class and race together. I see a lot of conversations on race without class.
Being Black is one thing. Being a Black woman is another thing, because not only are you facing racism, you're facing sexism.